Hi guys, this is Ashley back with another video. Before we get into the video, like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. So let's start off with Nicki Minaj, because Nicki Minaj's ex-manager spilled some tea about her and GÜCCI, okay? Her name is Deb Antony, and I believe she is Waka Flocka's mother. And she used to manage Nicki Minaj earlier in her career years ago. And here's what she had to say.
You know what hurt me? GÜCCI couldn't stand her. He didn't like Nicki.
Why?
Because he couldn't fuck her. He didn't like her. But for you to give these big ups to this shit that he did, that shit was crazy. But I wanted all of them to work together like they all have, because we're a family. Right. So we all have to be together. It can't be any of these. He's very selfish. He's very much to himself. I don't even understand how he get to sign artists. You understand what I'm saying? Because you got to understand, an artist ain't never going to let another artist become bigger than them. I never like artists signing other artists because they're not going to let them become bigger than them.
Fact. Now, if you guys remember, GÜCCI lied years ago. I think it was like in 2010, 2011. And he said that he smashed Nicki, and that was false. So I do believe Deb Antony when she says that GÜCCI don't really like Nicki. But he loves those collaborations. And I feel the same way about Champagne Thickums. I don't think he really fuck with Nicki like that, because he never got to smash. That's why he'll link up with Nicki's ops. And he won't wish her happy birthday, even though she always shows love to him publicly and privately. Because he never got to get into the coochie. Okay, that's how these men are. But also, when you get ran through, like, Rihanna, or, allegedly Megan, then they put you on blast. So it's like a lose-lose situation. Now everybody wants to talk about who Megan smashed and call her an industry pass-around when she giving it up. So it's like a lose-lose situation. Nicki can't win. Moving on from that, though, so allegedly Doja Cat and CHARLIEXCX are going to be a part of the Barbie soundtrack. The trailer comes out today. And with that being said, allegedly, according to The Sun, the producers for the soundtrack really were impressed with Doja Cat's Vegas, and that's why they want her to be a part of the soundtrack. Now, we probably won't hear the soundtrack until the middle of the summer of 2023, because the movie comes out in July. So we won't hear the soundtrack until June. But let me know you guys here for Doja Cat and CHARLIEXCX doing a collaboration and being part of the Barbie soundtrack. I don't mind it because Vegas was fire to me. Okay, so I like Vegas. So I do not mind her being part of the soundtrack. But I also kind of feel like, when are we going to get some solo music? I'm here for the soundtrack music from Doja, but make sure she put out that solo music too. So Kelsey was testifying in court yesterday again, and more things were revealed in court. Let's take a listen.
The key moment of her testimony, I think, has to come down to when the defense attorney elicited testimony from her suggesting that there was a physical altercation between her and Meg. Kelsey seemed very hesitant answering these questions, like she didn't want to say. However, she then said, hey, we both got out of the car. You will remember Meg testified that Meg got out of the car. She does not know where Kelsey was. Kelsey was on the passenger side, and that she turned around and she saw Tori shooting at her. Kelsey testified that this part she remembers. She and Meg both got out of the car, and that there was a physical altercation. Kelsey described it as a bump. The defense attorney was like, really? You guys are super drunk. You just got into a yelling match with her over the fact that she was hooking up with Tori without you knowing. You also mentioned to her that this wasn't the first time she betrayed you like that. She had done it with one other guy. Interestingly, the defense had said it was Ben Simmons and DaBaby. Kelsey said, I only named one name. She didn't confirm if it was Ben Simmons or DaBaby. And the defense attorney's like, so after all that, you guys both get out of the car, and all that happened between the two of you was a bump, I'll tell you, I don't think anybody in the room believes that the only thing that happened between Meg and Kelsey that night as far as a physical altercation is a bump, especially not when the rest of the testimony confirmed that other than discussing how she's going to be moving out of the Airbnb that she was staying at with Meg and she's going to be going somewhere else, other than a brief communication about her living arrangement, the two of them have not spoken. They have not called each other on the phone. They have not met in person. They do not talk.
Kelsey also confirmed that Megan was jealous of Kylie because Tori was flirting with Kylie. The prosecutors also made Kelsey known that even though she has immunity, she still can get in trouble for committing perjury, okay, lying on the stand. But she revealed that she was pressured by the prosecutors in September of 2022 to say that, Tory Lanez harmed her. So she said that she felt pressured by the prosecution in 2022, and a lot of the stuff that she was saying in her phone interview with them in September was basically false. So let me know how you guys feel about that. Now, in my opinion, I feel like if we're going to hold Kelsey accountable for lying on the stand, we got to hold everybody accountable for lying on the stand, including Megan. Okay? I understand Megan was shot, but she clearly lied on the stand about the Kylie kicking her out situation, her smashing Tori. I mean, she said in an interview that she didn't smash Tori, but now on the stand, she talking about how she was intimate with Tori and how Kelsey only had a crush. She needs to be held accountable too for perjury, for lying on the stand. I mean, I don't understand how you can say you didn't get kicked out, but everybody else says you got kicked out at Kylie Jenner's house. That's my whole thing. I feel like even though she did get shot, she was obviously harmed. She lied about certain events, and she has to be held accountable for that, not just Kelsey and Tori. They're all three lying. So Cardi B hops on Rosalia's remix, okay? And in my opinion, I feel like she ruined the song like she usually do. No shade. And I went to look at who wrote her verse, and Partisan Fontaine is credited on this verse. And I'm like, this is the worst verse ever. I couldn't even believe that Party wrote her verse. I thought this was like the worst verse ever. Like, I couldn't even believe she had help and it still was trash. I was like, oh my goodness. I think 11 Faces needs to hang it up flat screen. The talent is non-existent. Okay, she can fake the funk for, a good 5 years, but people are seeing through Cardi B and people are seeing that she has no talent. The remix was terrible. It was trash. I'll never listen to that song again. And Rosalia made a big mistake. And it's really no shade. If it was decent, I would have gave her props, but it's just not that good. My ears were hurting from listening to this garbage. Then Scratch Off put out the trashy song that nobody asked for. Okay? The song was redundant. The lyrics were boring. She needs a little bit more auto-tune when she sings because she don't really got a good voice, and this is really no shade. If she had a little bit more auto-tune, it could have been something a little bit better, but the lyrics were kind of boring because all she does is talk about sex, which, she usually does, okay? But I don't really get the hype around this song. People are saying, oh, she need to put it out. She need to put it out. I don't understand why. It was kind of trash to me. But let me know how you guys feel about the untalented crew putting out terrible music. So a few days ago, it was revealed that Champagne Thickums, the clown, copped a new necklace made out of 42 engagement rings of all the time he wanted to propose, okay? Now, a lot of people were speculating who did he almost propose to. I think one of those women were Rihanna. I definitely felt like at one moment in time, Champagne Thickums wanted to propose to Forehead. And he probably would have if they had stayed together. But Champagne Thickums is a cheater, okay? Because he loved to cheat. And I don't feel like Champagne Thickums is husband material. And this necklace, this 42 engagement ring necklace, kind of proves that he has too much time and too much money Okay? I mean, who has time to really come up with something like this? Like, you're such a loser. I don't think that this is cool. I think it's stupid. Okay, a waste of money. You're not getting married. Nobody wants to marry you because you are a cheater, you're a clown, you are a community D, and Rihanna and all the rest of the ladies dodged a bullet. A woman would only marry Champagne Thickums for money, okay, and for clout. Champagne Thickums would be a terrible husband. And it's really no shade. I mean, he's cheated on every woman he's been with. Every one of them. He want to be Future so badly. But anyway, I don't really have time to get into all that. But I got a few new videos up on Patreon. Go check them out. And I also got 2 new readings that I posted yesterday on my tarot channel. So if you're interested in that, go check that out. Links will be in the description box. And I hope you guys have an amazing day.